So the question is, who are the star seeds, the indigos and the light children? What is the difference between them and what is their purpose?
The starseeds are a group of people who came here at the turn of the century bringing knowledge. And we would recognize those people from the work that has been provided and its influence on humanity. People whose influence and work that have been in the area that affected the next generation of indigos, and then the next generation of light children. So the people who bring the knowledge were from the turn of the century, and we would recognize them as people like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Edgar Cayce, Rudolf Steiner, J.J. Hurtak, and in the field which it most closely aligns with the indigo and the light children, Leo Kanner, Hans Asperger. Coming a little closer to the indigos, a time of arrival and overlapping, these overlap, David Icke, Dolores Cannon, Benoit Mandelbrot, Carlos Castaneda. In the time of the indigos' arrival, their influences awake and aware, bringing that knowledge to light, to the greater audience, to the greater good. And those people we have information available from, and usually even video from, people like Jose Aguilera, people like David Wilcock, Nassim Harriman, Bruce Lipton, Andrew Wakefield, closely aligned to the indigo. The light children that are just coming now, we see them as being instrumental with people who are bringing the knowledge, who are awake and aware, such as Elena Kapulnik, Jordan Sather has a YouTube video channel, Sarah Johnson, the influence for the book by Max and Sandra DeSorger, the David Avocado Wolf, his work with the bio aspect of diet, and if you get the biology right, then the sense of well-being, your ability to sleep, your ability to achieve a state of consciousness where you can meditate and have a greater opportunity for spiritual awakening, meditation, those kinds of things. And then throughout the course of those, interwoven, and whether they are or not, they bring influence and information. People like Alan Bell, who just put out the book Poisoned, about chemical toxicity, people who create beautiful music like Yanni, artists like Picasso or Bansky, people who influence the population to have a greater awareness, who have to seek knowledge, and the light children are the ones who are born at this time, who have a protection, and they are able to receive communication telepathically, spiritually, and bring that knowledge to the forefront. They have that. It is not possible to interfere with their blue light spectrum. You could call it their indole metabolism, their serotonin metabolism, their dopamine metabolism. The purpose of them coming is to bring order from the chaos. Bring order from the chaos. Now, outside of the realm of the light children, the indigos, the starseeds, there are other people that have a lot of experiences that are that is a different channel than the one that I work with. My role as a starseed coming to Earth now was to help where I am needed and to achieve my goal of becoming a Rainbow Tribe medicine woman. And it was only at the time when I have achieved that I'm able to fully speak freely and be confident that the information that I receive and the information that I give is true and accurate to the best of my ability in a fully awake state and speaking. So right now we have a lot of information coming to us from media, and in the past years, 15 years, a lot of information coming about strange phenomena with people's skin and medical conditions that are difficult, if not impossible, to diagnose with medical tests that they use. Some of that comes from simply the limitations, the cost factors, like they're looking for something that's microscopic when the person is being affected by something that's macroscopic. And when a doctor orders a test, they look at what the doctor has ordered, and that's the information that they give back. Even if they see something else in the test results or in the Petri dish, that information is not fed back because that's not the test that was ordered or paid for. So that's just how very, very difficult it is for accurate, true, full picture of information to come through to us. This is interesting to me because the luciferase in the light children, who are quite protected, and a light children, indigo, starseed, are the same. It's the same lineage. So it doesn't matter whether you call a starseed an indigo or a light child. Okay? They are virtually interchangeable. The only difference is they come in one wave after the other. So you're going to see more star seeds from 100 years ago to the present, and you're going to see more light children now, currently. And the massive explosion in autism is a strong indication that the planet is just being filled with this energy. They are quite well protected as far as their biological metabolism is concerned, and their mind, their superconscious, their connectedness to the universe, to their spiritual energy, is also quite well protected. Where they are disconnected is at the green light energy, the splenic energy, the liver energy, the stomach energy. They have a very, very big problem with foods and food vibrations, and that has been made worse by disinformation that has been provided to us, and by chemicals that have been added to our food for the last 75 years. So the toxins that I put into the food and the environment, the way that they've altered foods, and the way that they've encouraged people to eat foods inappropriately using things like a food guide pyramid, all contribute to our inability to get a fully nutritious diet and to meet our potential. The individuals with autism spectrum disorder, they who are able to get out messages are becoming recognized, and they can provide a great deal more information if they're if it is recognized how important a healthy diet is to them, and looking back to their grandparent or great-grandparents, what they were eating and what they were eating on a seasonal basis would be very, very valuable for the families of individuals and children who have autism spectrum disorder. The cleanest diet you can get and the most organic possible. At this time, we have something called the New World Order that has been attention has been drawn to it for the past 20 years, about the time that CNN came into being. We started hearing about this New World Order, and different kinds of interviews or different kinds of speeches came up, and political agendas and conspiracy theories and all kind of things at the forefront of attention now. New World Order is fully recognized as not a conspiracy theory, but very possibly a failed attempt at having a New World Order here in 2017. What is happening in the world around us is the control of the media, which has been for more than 100 years, and the control of medical information. They control medical information by doing things like research studies that don't get published, hiding the information, or giving disinformation. So in 1910, a particular substance was synthesized, and we know it on the street, we have heard of it as this ecstasy drug. Ecstasy drug. And ecstasy drug is also used in medicine, pharmaceuticals, things that have been used and tested in groups of people to regulate dopamine metabolism for or to regulate their depression, or to be given to people as serotonin reuptake inhibitor kind of drugs. Anyway, it's been very well documented. The synthesized substance that we know as ecstasy, and that is patented, and it is patented by Merck. And it has been around for more than 100 years, and right now this substance can cause people to behave in a bizarre way, as if they are possessed, insane, cannibalistic, and if a population is affected by this chemical composition, then there will be news coverage that will influence us to believe that the apocalypse is now, that we are being invaded by zombies, or we are being taken over by demons. And this is a dark, deep, black ops, whatever you want to call it, plan to control population, to depopulate, and the individuals who have the protection are not affected by this chemical, and there are not so many of us, but helping the greater population to understand what they need to do to not be caught up in this mass hysteria, this frenzy, this chaos, which in, I think, Native Americans would call it the Wetigo or the Wendigo, when everybody's had a nice demonstration and everybody's behaving peaceably, and then all of a sudden something happens and everything gets out of hand, and somebody gets shot, somebody gets killed, something gets destroyed. We don't want that to happen. So moving out of the city is very, very important now. There are large cities that have been targeted for this particular, what I would call a false flag. If you would like to look for information on how they've prepared to give information very rapidly beginning May 1st to show how this hysteria is happening, how this chaos is ensuing in the cities, look for YouTube videos on FLAKKA, FLACA. They've already got the videos ready. They've already got the information ready to roll out as if this is happening in real time. So that is order from chaos. This is the message of the light children. Listen to the channels of information that you use when you do meditation, when you're doing healing, when you are trying to have a higher vibration, whether it is Galactic Federation, whether it's Council of Light, whether it's the Pleiadians, whether it's our channel, but new channels that come on board after May 1st, those are not to be trusted, definitely not to be trusted. Look to the people who you have that you have gotten information from, that have provided you with information that is the most reliable, and try not to venture into new